So, before we even start today's video, I just want to begin by giving a huge, wholehearted congratulations to PewDiePie, Felix and Marzia on tying the knot yesterday. I think it was anyway. After 8 years of being together. It's a wonderful thing. They look very happy together. The pictures that he released looked wonderful. And I just wish them health and happiness for the future. Hence, repping some merch today. Oh, by the way, that's the amount of times I've ever died in an MMORPG. Hi everyone, it's Az here from HeelvsBabyface. This weekend, of course, saw the whole Respawn Apex Legends Reddit debacle explode, and it turned the head of the whole gaming industry. But what were the things that were highlighted? Was it the Reddit behavior? Not really. No. The thing that was highlighted was the disgraceful way that Respawn addressed its community. And I personally hold Respawn 95% plus responsible for all the actions that happened over the course of this weekend. And we'll get into some of it and as to why. So anyway, last night, Vince Zampella, the CEO of Respawn, decided to put a statement out himself in what I can only describe as an attempt to quell the flames. And there is some of the stuff I agree with in this statement, not an apology. And there's some stuff which I think Vince is very disingenuous about. And I think there is stuff here that Vince is trying to hide behind a snowflake shield. And it doesn't wash with me whatsoever. So we'll get into the wheres and the what fors and the whys. His statement begins. On Friday, we gave Apex fans an update on how we were changing the Iron Crown event. Now, I'm at least glad that he refers to this as an update. I think Drew McCoy referred to this as an apology. It wasn't an apology. An apology when you apologize, if you're truly sorry, you show a genuine attempt to either change, adjust, or make something for the better due to your actions. And what they did, the changes that they made to the event, didn't display that one bit. They didn't change the price of the exorbitant loot boxes, the 24 of them. No. They didn't change that the heirloom item was locked behind having to purchase all of these 24 loot boxes. No. What they did is they just took the legendary items out of the loot boxes and whack them on a timed rotation on the store for the second week of the event, the 2-week-long event. And you had a limited time to purchase the skins directly for 1,800 Apex coins, which was a significant increase from the price of the loot box, but it was in line with their exorbitant prices for the current dross and tripe that they have on the store today. And that's how they justified it. So if you decided to purchase all the legendaries directly, you'd actually end up spending more money than you would have if you bought the loot boxes. So there wasn't a genuine attempt here to make it better for the player whatsoever. There was an attempt to try and cull some extra money by making people just, instead of, I'm not going to spend a penny on this. Oh, but now that I see that you're putting that legendary into rotation, now I'm going to fork out a little bit of cash on the coins. This was a selfish maneuver by the company trying to address, by means of apology, with a non-apology, to try and get some more cash out of people. Some of the team then joined a discussion with our community on Reddit, and things got to a pretty bad place. Some of our folks crossed a line with their comments, and that's not how we want Respawn to be represented. Well, the sad matter is, Vince, although this is quite correct, you did cross a line. And no, these are comments that you don't want Respawn to be represented by. You've already shown that Respawn's word is worthless. I'm going to give you a quote from Drew McCoy himself over the course of this weekend. At launch, we made a promise to players that we intend to do monetization in a way that felt fair and provided choice to players on how they spend their money and time. This event was far from fair. A core decision during development of Apex Legends was that we wanted to make a world-class Battle Royale game, and it is, in quality, depth, progression, and important for today's conversation, how we sell stuff. With the Iron Crown event, we missed the mark when we broke our promise by making Apex packs the only way to get what many consider to be the coolest skins we've released. The skins are by far the coolest. That's why you up the price of the loot boxes from 100 to 700. That's why you put the items into 24, calculating very specifically how much it would cost people, and then, just for good measure, to show what a bunch of slimy, disgusting people you were, you then stuck the heirloom item locked behind all of those. Very deliberate, cold, calculating decisions. And more importantly, you showed that your word means nothing. Because on the very first event where you could monetize in a fair manner, you rip people off. Your very first attempt. So you have said Respawn Entertainment's word and promises mean nothing. Nothing at all. So you can say this, Vince, but you have already shown that your word as a company is worthless. I apologise to any of our fans that were offended. I will always stand behind the team here at Respawn. Why? Why? If I had a staff member at HeelvsBabyface telling my customers that they're dicks and asshats and assholes and they're a bunch of freeloaders. Oh, you've got ad block on? Oh, you freeloader. Watching all these videos for free? You freeloader. I'd sack them. I wouldn't support them. I'd sack them. Putting a blanket, I will always support. No. You should base your support based off each given circumstance. And both your community manager for Reddit and your project lead let you down massively. I will always stand behind the team here at Respawn and support them on speaking out against some of the toxic and nasty comments. Oh, boo fucking who, Vince? Are you a baby? Are you a man? Are you a human being? Sticks and stones may break my bones, but names will never hurt me unless you live in 2019 and spend all your time on Twitter, in which case you're a fucking baby. Should be what it is. So what? Some people call you some names. So what? Some people made some threats. You know the Hollow. They made threats to our family. Oh, get it. I'm sorry to throw this one back out at you folks, because I was in sales and marketing. You had to do customer service in that. That was just part and parcel of it all, of course. For nearly 20 years, until I moved into YouTube. You should hear some of the things I've been called on the phone. It would make these people cry like children. And what did I have to do? You just have to take it. You try and diffuse the situation. Look, I'm really sorry. If you keep talking about this, we're not going to get anything sorted. if we can bypass, if we bypass the insults, you tell me what the problem is. I'll try and help you. But if you keep doing this, I can't help you with just insult. You try and diffuse the situation. Oh, you're a this, you're a that. I'm sorry you feel this way. You diffuse the situation. They're meaningless. They're just words. But of course, words in 2019. Oh my God. You think they're running around with AKs and machetes and baseball bats the way you take words. Grow up! These snowflakes, it's ridiculous. I've never known such a weak-spined bunch of people than in current day. That just... My God, they haven't lived. You haven't lived if things like this get to you. Jesus wept. Run a YouTube channel, mate. Including everything from death threats. Oh, because they really mean that. And comments aimed at family and loved ones. Oh, my God. Remember all that mama joke things? Never mind. But we shouldn't contribute to it. No, you shouldn't. When we do comment and add to the very thing we wanted to prevent, half of the people that were speaking like that, probably more than half, were baiting the crap out of you, and you fell for it. You fell for it. And the moment you fell for it, you failed as a company. But what is worse, right? The people that went at you, they went at you because they got baited by you. Why? Because you called them a bunch of freeloaders. You called them a bunch of freeloaders. You didn't take anybody's personal financial circumstances into consideration. You just decided to broad blanket that most of the people who play Apex Legends are a bunch of freeloaders. And if you think that was a joke, bullshit. Never has truer word been spoken than in jest. It's an old-timey saying. God, what are these old-timey sayings again, which are so relevant today? Because it's so relevant. You said it because you meant it. Why? Because you're looking at data sheets. Why? Because as I did a video months ago, we are no longer people, we are statistics, we are data for you to look at. You have dehumanized us. We're no longer valued customers. We are white male between the age of 25 and 49 who has an annual income of between X amount of money and Y amount of money. That's what we are to you. And you look at your sheets and you say, well, did you know that only 4% of the playing community actually contributes monetarily to the game itself? What a bunch of freeloaders! You don't take into consideration how many kids play the game. Non-working kids, don't have jobs, might not even have allowances or pocket money. You don't, but fuck them. And then you look at, we put these things on because there are whales out there. Get out of it. If you just want to capture whales and if you want to monetize things for whales, go create a fucking whale game. But the average player and person has to decide how much disposable income they have to spend on your game. And food, and rent, and bills, and the car, and taxes, and other games, and other utilities, and this, and that, and the other, and the hundreds and hundreds of other things that money goes towards in everyday life for the regular person. But no. Let's look at our data sheet. Only 4% of the playing base actually contribute money-wise. What a bunch of scummy freeloaders. That's how you branded your community, and that's why they absolutely went for you. Because people like me who have contributed financially, even though I know I'm not a freeloader, I get upset about that, in as much as it feels like, to me, you're saying, oh, you're a bunch of freeloaders. Some people put some money in, but you could put more in to our free-to-play game that we release free of charge for people to play for free. And then we throw it back in their faces and say, well, yes, it is a free-to-play game that we release for free for you to play for free. But give us money. And of course, games like this have to keep going through monetizations. But you already showed that you broke your promise immediately when you chose to justify your monetization for this 2-week-long event for $200. And then you said, well, sales don't work in a store when you've got crappy skins at $16, $18 a shot. And then you reduce it down to $12 and say, well, they're still not selling. Well, no, because if they're to purchase the one at sale, they still have to purchase the same amount of coins as if they were buying it for real. And people don't care about, well, I've got leftover coins to buy loot boxes with or whatever. No, they don't see any value in that sale. Not that I still think it's worth that price anyway. So if you want to play the victim card, you were the ones who baited the people to come at you. You got everything that you deserved. We need to lead by example. Absolutely. Last week, we didn't do that. No, you failed miserably. And going forward, we will be better. Your actions will dictate that. We can't say for now, but only your actions will dictate that. Having an open, healthy relationship with our community is incredibly important to us at Respawn. Absolutely. Absolutely. And this is why I'm frustrated as a gamer, because I had given Respawn the benefit of the doubt for a lot of things with Titanfall 2, with the way that EA might sneak in and try and monetize Apex Legends, because I really do think it's a great, fun game to play. But I am so put off by Respawn's attitude towards the players and Respawn's attitude towards monetization, and the language not just by the project lead but by the community manager as well, because you just got done like a kipper. You baited people in, they went at you, and then you baited it. You just went for that bait. You started it. You started it by releasing the Iron Crown event in the terrible way that you did. And then you want to cry when people have a go at you. I think Respawn have lost a lot of respect. I think this apology is... Sorry. This statement. This is not an apology. I think this statement is mediocre, to say the least. I think there, like I said, there's stuff here which I agree with, and there's stuff here which Vince could have truly touched upon and didn't. Maybe because he doesn't feel that way. Maybe because this is just a generic thing that was drafted by his secretary and then he stuck his signature on it or tweeted out. Whatever the reason may be. Whatever the reason may be. But I think Respawn have lost a hell of a lot of respect this weekend. And whether or not this will translate in loss of players, I don't know. People do have short memories today. So maybe when it dies down in a couple of weeks' time, people might forgive, people might log back on. Or it might actually show a short spike because people are just like, what's all this about? But then that will die down and it'll actually drop off. But this wasn't monetized remotely fair. You broke your promise and showed that your word was worthless. And then when you were challenged about it, you cry attack. You cry victim like a pathetic baby and child. This hasn't shown you in a good light. Time will tell. Time will tell. So there you go, folks. Hope you enjoyed the vid. If you did, do get thumbs up. And also subscribe to the channel. Follow me on social media and Twitch for live streaming links. They'll be in the description box down below. I'm going to do some test streaming today to see if I can get the rig working as intended. We've done some changes. It's looking okay at the moment. We'll see. So jump along to my Twitch stream. You might see me there. But I'll be back with some more stuff very soon. You take care. Bye for now.